What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys. Today I have a review of the McFarlane Toys Pacific Rim Raiju action figure playset. That's KAIJU Raiju. Yes, it's KAIJU Raiju. It says it right there. I'm not kidding. I'm not lying. That's right, my zillions. If you didn't see my whole video, the McFarlane Toys Pacific Rim line is here. They come with a comic book, an exclusive comic book, it says, I guess. But more importantly, right here, Cat for Raiju is a kaiju we have not had in figure form yet. So this is really, really cool. It is a Thunder Beast. And here are all his specs, which is very cool. I do like that. Some intel on Raiju. This is awesome. I like this packaging. It's got some artwork on there. It's very cool. Now, I just want to, like, you know, point something out here. I've heard these called page punchers before because McFarlane has put out other figures, and most notably in the DC line with comic books. They're called page punchers. But those are exclusively branded page punchers, and these are not at all. You know, all listings really just have them as exactly what I said, action figure playset with comic book. So while, yeah, they are related to the page punchers, they are absolutely not in the line of page punchers. So, because they're not really punching the page. This is the line. There's not another line of Pacific Rim stuff from McFarlane thus far. So right now, this is the line of figures. And Todd said, you know, these were mostly for kids, but they're A+, so you know what? Everybody enjoy them. So without any further ado, let's just do that. Before I open up any further, not an easy package to open, and this is why I wasn't doing an unboxing of this. There is a really cool piece of art inside here of Raiju. I don't know why they would place the art in this fold, you know, and then there's not a good way to preserve it. So that's a bit of a bummer. You know what? Future note, McFarlane, if anybody there is looking at this, this is really, really cool art. Rather have that art than this art out here. I think it would jump out at us more, and it wouldn't get lost in, you know, packaging that you can't really open well. And here's a Raiju and his building, and the tank, and the other military vehicle out of the package. But like I said, these come with a comic from Legendary Comics, and it's not an exclusive comic. It's a Pacific Rim Aftermath number 4, and it really has nothing to do, like, with Raiju, that I can tell. It's a comic book that you can read, though, which is cool. Collect them all. I don't know if we have all 4 issues here, but that would be cool, right? That would make sense. I'm not going to be reviewing the comic book itself, but, you know, looking at it, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty decent. So yeah, I would say, you know, no, I would say good things. It's pretty good overall. So yeah, very cool. I'm trying to bite my tongue because I'm in the comic book industry, and I don't want to say too much as far as reviewing this goes. But it does look good. But let's get to the set itself. Like I was saying in the whole video, I was undecided if I was going to do these one kaiju and one Jaeger together, but I decided to give them all their own due. Again, I just feel like they deserve it. They're nice big packages. You know, the stuff you get inside isn't so big, but, you know, if anybody's searching for a particular figure, you don't have to, like, wade through a second figure to check it out. And, you know, we definitely want to do Raiju first here because he's just, again, unique to the line itself right now. Here is the tank, and it looks pretty good. There's a lot of nice detail for such a small thing here. The turret moves like so. It doesn't go up and down, unfortunately, but look, there's paint on there. There is actual paint little bit of, you know, sprinkling of paint. But there is, you know, a little black wash goes a long way on such a little item. I like it. And the green itself is kind of metallic, which is kind of cool. So, really nice, I gotta say. I'm impressed with this little vehicle. This is very, very cool. It got a little swirly plastic on the bottom, but it's on the bottom, who cares? Yeah, I dig this tank. Then we get a nice little army truck. I forget what these trucks are called, but, you know, it's one of these with little canopies in the back that transports stuff or soldiers or whatever. Again, a decent sculpt. You can definitely see what it is right away. And the paint is good. Again, nice little black wash over this kind of metallic green paint. Green plastic. I like it. It's very good. Look, I mean, even on the bottom, you got all the axles and stuff. Not bad. Not bad. Again, you know, for these little type things, I am digging this, which makes me excited for the Amazon exclusive set that has a lot of stuff. So this is pretty decent. Then we got this base little city block here. As you can see, this is not paint. This is just raised plastic on there. Sculpted plastic. It's pretty good. It looks really good. It gives off the appearance like it's painted. And it might just be. It might be. You know? But this part of me that thinks that's like a trick of the lights. But either way, you know, you can see that like things are separated here. Street blocks and whatnot. And then the, you know, the building sits nicely in there. That's pretty good. So, that's pretty excellent. And looking at the building, it's obviously a breakaway building. On the outside, it's pretty good. Oh, just gotta align everything right. It does stay fairly well. On the outside, it's pretty good. It's got some, like, scrape marks all over it. It's, like, very simple little paint strokes around that makes it look like the kaiju has, like, kind of, you know, scraped across it. I get it. It's cool. Did it need it? No, but it's fine. It might have been cooler if they tried a little bit of paint, but I doubt they were going to go, you know, with that. But it's a decent sculpt all around. It's not amazing or anything, but it's decent enough. And then, you know, this is where it's really good. Obviously, hollow there. But on the inside there, you get some nice, like, destroyed building stuff. It's the same, but looks pretty good. Is this one different? No, it's the same. Same all the way through. But, you know, which I guess makes sense, because it would, you know all the little pillars and stuff that hold everything, all the beams, you know, all the way through. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. You know, I think folks are going to dig it, folks that want buildings. Again, that Amazon exclusive set is quite a deal comparatively to what you're getting here. Because, like, this set is like 20 bucks. The Amazon exclusive set is 40 bucks. You still get 2 figures, which is an alternate form of Raiju and a different paint form of Gypsy Danger. But you get a lot of more accessories. So, you know, that's a really cool, it's a cool starter set. But yeah, this is cool. And then, you know, you could just, it's cool on its own. Do that. Why not? It's fun. Alright, but let's look at Raiju himself. He does have a little bit of articulation. They all do. The head turns like so. The arms move up and down. The legs move at the hips. And the tail is a bendy wire. So that's pretty cool. I dig that. Let's stick with that tail, which is actually a decent sculpt with some nice black wash paint on it. Really brings it out. Very, very cool. You got the little holes there because it's a bendy wire. No bendy wire down here, but it's all in here. It's pretty good. Then you got the yellow here. You got, you know, legalese, unfortunately, right there. Should have put it right here, which is going to probably be leaning down. That could be better, but what are you going to do? You do have a little bit of black wash again. I like how this is all sculpted on the tail. I think it's really nice. We can zoom in on this. Very nicely done. You got the darker blue down here, and then you got this lighter blue all up here. I like that a lot. I like all of these like osteoderms over here and just like armored bits here, but this is really cool. I love the armored bits on his back. Really nice paint. I mean, the paint is simple on this guy, and I'm guessing all of them are. But it works. Sometimes all you need is that, and you get a little bit of effort, and it goes a long way to please someone like me. You know, like I said, McFarlane said, you know, these are for the kids to mess around with. But as a collector and lover of Pacific Rim stuff, I can dig this. I can. I don't need all of my figures to be the same. I like, you know, having some variety. I mean, if I could dig stuff like Gashapon stuff and smaller figures, why can't I do it in the Pacific Rim line? Yeah, no problem. This is cool. So you got little holes over here too, which is interesting. I wonder if his... Oh, wait a second. What? Oh, I just broke the figure. Did I just break the figure? That's interesting. What did I just do? Don't do what I just did. Oh, there's glue there. There is glue holding it there, so don't do it. It makes you think that you can do something like that, but definitely don't do that. Okay, so I gotta put some glue there. Wow. All right. So, I mean, but look, you would think that the whole body has the bendy wire through it, and it might just, but definitely not something you want to be messing around with. The rest of the chest, let's get this back on track. The rest of the chest looks pretty good, but you know what? I took the hit for you guys, and don't do that. That's not an articulation point. Or, you know, even if there's the wires running through, yeah, right there, that's no good. So I'm gonna have to glue that back together. But the chest looks good. It does. The arms are pretty decent in this blue and a nice sculpt. Little hands, pretty good. I like all the scaling there. Really, really good. And then the head sculpt is pretty decent. He does have a hole in his head, but he's got nice yellow eyes. Good sculpt. Not bad, not bad. You don't get like the open head, yeah, because it just splits and stuff, and there's another. But, you know, it's cool nonetheless. Decent. So I dig it. I especially like the back. I didn't like that, but that's on me for trying. But I think a lot of people would do that, so yeah, be careful there. Again, it's not the biggest of deals for me, because I could see that that's just, you know, a point where they glued it together, because look at how it's split. So I should be able to be fine with that. But yeah, do be careful there. Otherwise, I think he's a really cool looking kaiju. Nice little figure. And for your size comparisons, here is a Raiju with a bunch of other figures you might have in your collection. So you can see roughly they are like reaction figure sized and a little bit shorter than the Revoltex. Here's one of the smaller SH Monster Arts. I don't know about the bigger ones being good. I left the buildings and the things here because I know folks want to see. Much shorter than like those figures. Gorgo kind of goes good here with them, you know, if you need some more buildings for Gorgo. So, you know, I know the buildings and little vehicles are a big selling point for a lot of folks because they're going to want to do, get them for their own dioramas. But, yeah, you know, various figures are going to size good with them. Bigger figures, I don't think so at all. So, yeah. But for now, here is Raiju with a bunch of them. We're going to be opening up other figures soon that fit with Raiju, that go with Raiju proper. And my final thoughts, you know what? This is a pretty cool figure. I really like it. I like, despite the little mishap here in the middle, but a little word of warning for you guys, don't try to do that. It's not articulated there, and the bendy wire just stops in the back. But I do think it's a cool little figure, especially this one in particular, because it's a kaiju that we don't have, you know, in our collections, and that is awesome. It's very unique for this line. But all in all, I mean, the building is pretty cool. The little vehicles actually really impressed me. Not bad. You know, you get a comic book, which, you know, you gotta figure is like $3.99 cover price, so that would make the figure set about 16 bucks. And in my head, I felt like for 20 bucks, I felt like this was pushing it. But when you factor in that comic, yeah, I guess this works for like a 16 buck thing. I wish there wasn't a comic in there, I'll be honest. I'd rather have a cheaper figure set, because I do think the figure set itself is worth less than 20 bucks. But with the comic, with all that packaging, it does price upwards. And I guess, you know, for them, it makes more sense to make it higher and give you a little more stuff. I don't personally care about the comic, and I'm saying that as a comic book guy. But, you know, I might end up reading them if in this whole, you know, series, they give us a full series of comics, I'll probably read it. You know, the one Aftermath number 4, I probably won't read, but the figure set itself is very cool, and I definitely like it. And there you go, guys. That's my first review of these new McFarlane Pacific Rim toys. Again, not for everyone, but I think collectors should have a place for them. They're very cool. You don't need to have articulated figures for everything, and this has a little articulation. It's fun to have a little bit of variety. You know, that's what makes collecting fun, in my opinion. And there you go. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection. Till next time, peace out, peeps.